Why is it so hard to learn English? A really common question is, why is it so hard to learn English? Hi, I'm Charlie. Welcome to Organic English. I'm here to help you become more fluent in English. Look in the description below. There'll be a link to a transcript. Download that transcript. It'll help you follow along as you listen. So in this video, I'm going to give you a few reasons why English is such a challenging language to learn. Then my two girls are going to read you a fun little poem. The poem will illustrate why it's so challenging, so difficult to learn English. And then at the end, I'll give you a couple of tips that'll make learning English a little bit easier and a bit more fun for you. So stick around to the end. So what makes English such a difficult language to learn? One of the problems is the vocabulary. English is a complete mix of languages. It's a mongrel language. Around 26% is Germanic in origin. Around 30% comes from French. And another 30% comes from Latin. So generally speaking, French speakers, Dutch and German speakers are going to have a slightly easier time of it. If you come from a totally different language family, such as Chinese, Japanese, or Arabic, you're going to have a more difficult time learning English. Another reason is that English has a very strange spelling system. That's because English is not a phonetic language. So how the word looks is not necessarily how the word is pronounced. One of the classic examples are the words that contain O-U-G-H. For example, cough, enough, donut, through. All these words are spelled with O-U-G-H, but they all sound completely different. Another reason so many learners find English challenging is the phenomenon of phrasal verbs. This is a verb whose meaning is changed by adding one or two extra words to it. Some examples are drop out of, give up. Another factor is this idea of idioms. An idiom is a phrase, a group of words, but you can't figure out the meaning of the idiom, of the phrase, from the individual words in the phrase. A few examples are, I'm not going to buy that. It costs an arm and a leg. Oh, he's feeling a bit under the weather. I don't think he's going to come to work today. One other reason I think it's so difficult to learn English is the method that so many of us use. I remember when I was at school, to learn French, we had to do lots and lots of grammar. We had to learn the grammar rules. We had to learn vocabulary lists. It's all about remembering. Now this is great if you love grammar and you really enjoy learning lists of words and you enjoy learning grammar rules. But it's almost impossible to learn all the phrasal verbs. It's almost impossible to learn all the idioms. It's also difficult to remember all the grammar rules and to apply them as you speak and still be fluent and not hesitate. Let's get to that poem I promised you. After that, stay tuned for the two simple tips I mentioned. I'm going to play the poem twice. One time without the words and the second time with the words, so you can follow along. As a disclaimer, I did not write this poem. I found it on the internet. It's attributed to Anonymous. Enjoy.
We'll begin with the box, and the plural is boxes. But the plural of ox becomes oxen, not oxes. One fowl is a goose, but two are called geese. Yet the plural of moose should never be meese.
You may find a lone mouse or a nest full of mice. Yet the plural of house is houses, not heis. If the plural of man is always called men, why shouldn't the plural of pan be called pen?
If I speak of my foot and show you my feet, and I give you a boot, would a pair be called beat? If one is a tooth and a whole set are teeth, why shouldn't the plural of booth be called beeth?
Then one may be that, and three would be those, yet hat in the plural would never be hose. And the plural of cat is cats, not coes.
We speak of a brother and also of brethren. But though we say mother, we never say metherin. Then the masculine pronouns are he, his, and him. But imagine the feminine, she, shiz, and shim? We'll begin with a box, and the plural is boxes. But the plural of ox becomes oxen, not oxes. One fowl is a goose, but two are called geese. Yet the plural of moose should never be meese.
You may find a lone mouse or a nest full of mice. Yet the plural of house is houses, not heis. If the plural of man is always called men, why shouldn't the plural of pan be called pen?
If I speak of my foot and show you my feet, and I give you a boot, would a pair be called beat? If one is a tooth and a whole set are teeth, why shouldn't the plural of booth be called beeth?
Then one may be that, and three would be those, yet hat in the plural would never be hose. And the plural of cat is cats, not coes.
We speak of a brother and also of brethren. But though we say mother, we never say metherin. Then the masculine pronouns are he, his, and him. But imagine the feminine, she, shiz, and shim?
Good job. Well done. Here are my 2 simple tips to help you become more fluent, more easily, and have fun doing it. Number 1, read more English. Now it's important that you find something that you understand when you're reading it. Not something that is way beyond your level, that you have to look up every single word. Reading is so useful because you see real English on the page in front of you. You see the idioms in use, you see the phrasal verbs in use, you see the grammar patterns in use, you see the vocab right there on the page. Over time, this real English, this real language will be absorbed into your brain, into your subconscious. And you'll know instinctively how to use the grammar, the vocabulary, the phrases. Number 2, listen to lots of English. Find something that you really enjoy watching or listening to so that it's fun. Again, you'll be hearing real English in use. Remember, there's a difference between listening and just hearing, okay? Listening is active, hearing is passive. I've done a more in-depth video on this topic, which I'll link to above, and I'll also put a link in the description below. So check that out too. Don't forget to go to organicenglish.club, where you'll find other resources to help you become more fluent in English. Please also subscribe to my newsletter. Subscribers will get cheat sheets, mini lessons, and video updates direct to their inbox. Thank you very much for watching. Now go out and practice your English.